Welcome to Alexandria, my friends.
This
2. A large city of Egypt and the country's chief seaport. It was founded by King Alexander the Great in 332 BC. You and I will walk along the central street of the city, and we will definitely visit the Alexandria Library, the museum, and of course the city's other attractions. We went riding horses and watching tramps. Alexander has a lot of interesting objects. In my opinion, the most important thing in Alexander is the existence of the sea.
So folks, hello, I arrived in Alexandria, arrived at 06 AOL, and of course, while everything is still closed, it's pretty cool somewhere. At 14 and 15. You see, I was at that boy, and they took me to this city shopping center, this big shopping center, but it was also closed. So we had to wait a little while and get something to eat. Maybe we can find warmer clothes and go downtown. Well, I had a meal at McDonald's and dressed Demi up. Demi hasn't left yet. We have to move on. Now I'm going to the Catacombs and see what's there. So my friends, I came to the famous catacombs. So it's not on the other side of the inscription. Lots of tour buses. We'll see. Now I want to buy a ticket to the catacombs. Give him something so small. And the driver behind me is the fleet of famous catacombs. In front of the courtroom, the security guard asked me, in general, it's not really like zoom lenses here. He asked me if I had a camera with a zoom lens. That is to say, zoom to them, as if I didn't know it was an invasion of all the hospitals that might be here, and he answered how much of May separately.
Like if you're here, anyway, don't say you're zoom, say they still don't understand all the fix. Here, if you zoom, then
N1, posto preparados?
Pro post. Next.
There is such a famous well, which many bloggers have already shown. €9. Well, but I have to tell you, every time.
You experience this kind of rubbish when each guard checks your camera and then tries to take it away.
The Kom el Shkafa catacombs are the largest group of ancient tombs in Egypt today. It originated around the 2nd century BC. The tomb has been used for its intended purpose for 2 centuries. Comilfo, whose name translates from Arabic to the mound of fragments, has 3 floors at the top and 2 memorial rooms at the bottom. The tomb itself is located. It is worth noting that representatives of different religions are buried in graves. There are inscriptions in Roman, Greek, and Egyptian. In some places, passages become so.
Narrow what?
For those who suffer food, you better not come in.
Computer,
run!
it's been a difficult day. We're out and hot.
Gene leaked it.
My friends, these are typical glasses. Typical street.
Alexander.
Love here is very simple.
That's too much. Of course, the smell here is very special.
Smelly and dirty. It's not like that. Alexander. Look, it looks like you turn right. My favorite Sri Lanka is such a street.
10 minutes actually, this is a mosque.
6. That atmosphere. Now it is an Asian city.
It's natural, it's natural.
Even if it's not close to 2.
What?
Miss Sobre.
Turn right.
How do you work?
Behind me was Serapeum, a monument to God that I would bring with me sulfur, but was thought to be defender Alexander.
So these friends of Serapis. 2 visitors festa. Now we're going to climb. I know there are such steps here.
It's not obvious.
But we have to be at the hottest time.
Except climbing up.
So this is a column, and I'll tell you quickly, now that I'm in the second museum, all the entrances are the same. 150 pounds Egypt, well, about 300 rubles. Here, I can say in the second museum. They also completely opened my backpack with the camera and said nothing. I mean, like, well, there are cameras, that is to say, everything is fine. My friends, I can say that now I walk through the courtyards on the streets of Alexandria. I know nothing, and I remind me that I don't even remember the poorest courtyards in Sri Lanka, but on the whole, the same filthy stink, everyone is running in a fuss. Here they come.
But I'm on the busiest street right now.
Alexander, look here.
Everyone decided to arrange. They drove along the tram track, and there were many very interesting things to do. Honestly, just 100 meters away from this historic site, you can see it.
On a big street, they just turned into flea markets. My friends, but I can say that Varlamov didn't show you everything. Here.
Ay, Kotana.
Brava dove? What can I tell you, my friends? The Middle Ages somehow survived here. And, give him one. Now, I don't know if they will put me in. Well, this is the paint of Moscow Transpass. Blue.
I was the only one who was knocked. He's going to squash it. Oops.
Yes.
Mom.
See what's going on.
Oops!
Guys, take the minibus, but I found it.
It's the Roman amphitheater again.
It is the only surviving Roman amphitheater in Egypt. It is located in the old district of Eldikant, Alexandria, where the name translates into a pile of stone. Built in the 2nd century AD, but not discovered until the mid-20th century. It is small compared to other physicis, accommodating only 800 people. Near the theater's infa, remains of Roman terminology are preserved. Heavy buildings in the 6th century.
Generally speaking, this is such a Roman amphitheater, which is already behind the ruins. We'll be right down.
Another catacomb. These are catacombs. Catacombs are so bombed, I should say.
Yes, it's hot again. Why I buy bad things is not clear.
The heat in his 30s scorched again. Isn't it? Through the steps. Here comes the man.
Friend 5. Satiated with the ruins of the ancient city.
That man must be some kind of security guard, but obviously he escaped from the heat.
Somewhere I found a more or less decent street, which leads to the seashore of Alexandria now. Well, let's have a look and see what's interesting. Generally speaking, it has been renovated recently. This is where some kind of civilization began. This is a cafe. This is a real round, a real friend of the Arab world. It was fun to borrow money from her.
Yes, we continue our new walk. Here, a little free. Soon, soon, I will be you.
Yeah, Main Street. I think the last attraction for friends today is Kyle's Ford. Now, I walk on the seashore of Alexandria and the roll of the Mediterranean Sea until today. But they even yelled at me there, "He's a corpse, guys." So, it's like today is such a wonderful day when I'm doing something. So, my friends, I'm going to point to the lighthouse. There will be a lighthouse in front of me. I'll be out soon.
Well, my friends, I finally arrived at Kite Bay Fort. Once upon a time, they said here that Alexander the Great built a huge lighthouse, which was later destroyed, either because of an earthquake or because of some brutal wars.
So now we'll only visit the rest of the lighthouse, this Ford rider. Anyway, Fort Destiny closed before 3 o'clock. Why do you think it is natural, and why Ramadan?
I
I mean, that's how he works, but nobody wants to work there since Ramadan, so I decided to ride a horse.
JK fez o que deram. Let me introduce the figures for Egypt.
Guys, $30. Alex's room is 30.
Hello. There's such a beautiful room in Flippa's hotel.
We recommend this to everyone.
The April scene is relatively small in this number.
It's a big number.
That's wonderful.
There are big chairs, big sofas, TV sets, big beds, and separate ones.
I don't pay attention to the bathroom. I don't pay attention to the Monarch of Karina, which is a continuation of the bathroom.
Stories about hotels.
Now I really went to the front desk to ask. He asked me where to have breakfast.
Why did they tell me that your friend would bring breakfast to the bank? Did you meet your expectations? I was really taken to my room tomorrow. See this tomorrow.
I don't understand what's redundant here.
I don't know.
We're going to open the cheese with olives and other things. These tortillas are the beginning of the day. And the first thing I'm going to do is go to the Alexandria Library.
If it is huge, collect.
Ermöglicht weit weg.
Was wollten dieses?
I need to buy a ticket. Is that all right?
So friends, today I decided to visit the National Library. In Alexandria, there is a building behind me.
And in fact,
Alexander Vegas Monument.
The Library of Alexandria was founded by Pharaoh Ptolemy in the 2nd century BC. He was the first person to order the construction of a library in a building called Ethereal. It is one of the largest and most important libraries in the world, and now a modern building has been built on the old site using new technology.
This is a huge library.
my friends, the size of the library is amazing.
Look at how many huge dreams there are in the hall.
The design of the building structure allows a lot of natural light to enter the interior. All day long, there are millions of books and ancient books. Imagine, my friends, Archimedes and Clip visiting this library. The central hall covers an area of about 70,000 square meters.
Besides, there is a gallery of you strange people in the library.
There are many exhibits here. Therefore, there is a separate archaeological museum next to it.
This is your camera.
Central time. We all see 20th century printing presses and collections of printing leaders.
Go.
European and Arabic.
Yes.
Reality.
Very, very impressive.
Volume and
Scale.
estamos
Now I go out into the street where real tram friends really go, and I'll show him what kind of young tram it is.
I don't know, but we'll watch it.
They say trams. And you can see 3 huge walloons.
Maybe.
In
Friends, go to the National Museum of Egypt, where there will be many mummies of pharaohs.
Look, I found the Sphinx. Diorite. This is black granite from Stat. Syrians. You are also the Green Sphinx.
By the way, it's from a friend. God.
Serapeum was the official god of Alexandria in Greek and Roman times.
Straight now isn't very much. Is that Italian?
The house.
My friend behind me is the Graeco-Roman Museum.
Quite interesting building.
I'm in this museum. They took the camera, and told me not to shoot under any circumstances. Remember, I'm filming.
The Caribbean Seamount Museum has a collection of about 40,000 exhibits. Here you can see sarcophagus, papyria statues, about 1 million Greco-Roman coins, various coinages, huge statues, apes and services that have impressed since the time of Alexander the Great.
Finally, in the evening, I arrived at Montaza Palace. There is a park, but admission is charged.
£25.
I don't know, they take it from everyone.
So you have a lot of such guards. They brought it. Bicycles are available for rent. And him. Up front. A lighthouse can be seen in front of the right.
My friends, look around in such a big park.
None of them. Generally speaking, just absent. Vilk. The park is big enough and the wind is strong enough.
About 18, 19 degrees. In front of me, you can already see the Montaza Palace. I don't know if it's possible. I can't get in there at all.
I bought a ticket probably to the park.
We'll see.
How much?
You can enter there. I'm a friend. Go to Montaza Palace, which is closed. Not even closed, I don't understand why it is at all, because maybe it's usually my warehouse for Martha. That is to say, the contents were not clear, and there was a guard who spoke poor English.
There's also such a beautiful promenade next to the palace.
But the fact is, it's also closed. Closed, open it, but there are some hotels here.
I mean, I guess it's not the season.
It's just closed. Mine. I'm going to take pictures of the waves.
There will be sunset soon, and there will be sunset in an hour. Therefore, the mode time as a photographer includes
My friends, but I have to wait until sunset.
I'm definitely a security guard.
He won't look for Cherche again. I think she's on the Cowboys. With the necrotic lens, I tried to shoot the sunset beautifully, but it didn't help. Right there, the guards come in along the coast, and you can see them standing there.
The sticks are all nailed.
This is a subpoena, bow again. The network center from here is next to the bus station.
It is inconvenient to wait for the bus at 1000.
Well, it's about 2 kilometers nearby.
It is on this Gubas bus. We're going to Vergar now. The bus is very comfortable. It's Mercedes.